ते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं। प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। भुजे सव्यवेणुं शिरशिशिखिपिच्छं कटितटे दुकूलां नेत्रान्ते सहचरकटाक्षं विदधते। सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावनवसति लीलापरिचयो जगन्नाथस्वामी नयनपथगामी भवतु मे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करिमंगलाचरण गुरुवैष्णव भगवान तिनेरस्मरण। तिनेरस्मरणे हय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे हय निज वांछित पूरण। Today is a auspicious tithi, a very special tithi. It is Lord Jagannath's SnanYatra, the bathing ceremony of Jagannath Dev. It is on this particular tithi in the month of Jyeshtha, that is May, June, full moon day, Purnima, Lord Jagannath Dev had appeared in this material world. At first he gave his darshan to Swayambhuva Manu in this material world. In this material world he appeared for Swayambhu Manu several millenniums ago. And later to King Indradyumna he gave darshan, and then through Indradyumna he accepted several services. So today is Jagannath Deva's appearance, therefore it is Abhishek, means his bathing ceremony is performed on this particular day. Our most revered Srila Gurudev, often he used to speak about Lord Jagannath's appearance in this material world, how he came into this material world on this particular day. Because it is his appearance day, he used to speak about this topic. Jagannath Dev, he is the master of everyone. The Supreme Lord has no scarcity of servants. He is full of servants. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vriksha lakshavrateshu surabhir abhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shada sambhrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. What is there to serve in Vaikuntha Dham? Chintamani. All the dust there is Chintamani. And Kalpavriksha. All the trees are wish yielding trees. And the cows are Surabhi cows. Surabhi cows means they have whatever you desire from them, you get. And apart from that, Lakshmi Sahasrasada Sambhrama Sevyamanam. And he is very opulently being worshipped by millions of Lakshmi Devis also in Vaikuntha planet. But still, in order to give service to his very, very dear associates, the Lord comes in this material world. He chose King Indradyumna for his service because it's totally up to the Lord upon whom he does it only because the devotees are craving for performing his service. You may think that if Jagannath has appeared for Indradyumna Maharaj, why not for us? We are also praying, but actually we have no such sincerity. If the Lord comes and tells us, give me, do this service, we will say, no, I don't want to do anything. I have prayed so that you will give me some money. I prayed so that you will free me from my material troubles. My prayers are to, get my daughter married. I don't want to do your service. We don't want to perform actual service. We are doing, chanting or whatever we are doing, the Lord's name, is only for fulfilling our own mundane desires. Therefore, the Lord will not appear to people like us. The Lord will appear in front of devotees like Indradyumna Maharaj, who has got the real desire and the sincere desire to serve. Jagadish Pandit is also today is in Chakradaha, Chakda, Jagadish Pandit's place. Today is SnanYatra observed because Jagannath ji came from Puri Dham. When Jagadish Pandit he went to Puri, at that time of his return, he was not able to tolerate the separation. He was thinking that, how can I leave this place? Then Jagannath Dev came to his dream and he told, don't worry, my previous deities before Navakalevar, before my body has changed, because every 12 to 16 years Jagannath will have Navakalevar. It's not, there is no appropriate word in English for that, Navakalevar. Nava means new, Kalevar means body. But we think that new body means, Jagannath is changing bodies like we change the bodies. It's not like that. It is again to give service to a certain class of devotees. Lord's, at the time of Lord's preparation of the deity, new deity form, those priests in the temple cannot do that. There are a special set of people who are eligible to do that service. There are a set of devotees who are eligible to go to that particular place to bring the wooden log, a particular tree. So all these things the Lord is performing in order to, he is expanding his services, he is giving service opportunity to so many devotees. So here, Jagadish Pandit, when he was crying, Lord Jagannath told that don't worry, my body means my deities before Navakalevar will be given to you. You take them along with you and then serve me at your place. He became very happy, and in that same night the king also gets the dream of Jagannath Dev, and he tells that you give this to Jagadish Pandit, he has come from Navadvip, give it to him. So the next day morning the king gives the deity, the previously worshipped deities of Jagannath to Jagadish Pandit. Now Jagadish Pandit, he is in worry, how can he carry Jagannath Dev all the way from Puri to Navadvip Dham, very, very far. And Jagannath told, don't worry, I will become very, very light as a cork. Cork is very light, so I will become very, very light as a cork, don't worry. But don't place me on the ground. Wherever you place me on the ground, I shall stay there, I will not move from there, no problem. So he was carrying Jagannath Dev with the help of a stick on his shoulder, and then he is bringing Jagannath Dev. When he came to Chakda, Chakradaha, Jagannath Dev saw the beauty of that land. Ganga is flowing, beautiful parks are there, flowers, gardens, all those things are there, grass, so beautiful, greenery is there. As soon as Jagannath Dev saw that, he is immediately reminded of Vrindavan. Oh, very nice place, Vrindavan. And then he decided not to leave that place. Therefore, he acted as if he became very heavy. It is all happening by his own will. Nobody can carry Jagannath. It is Jagannath himself who has made himself lighter so that he could carry. And it's again by the wish of Jagannath. Guru Maharaj, one time he asked some devotees in US, Jagannath is sitting on the cart. Now, is it what is right to use? Pulling the cart or drawing the cart? In English, which is good? Pulling the cart or drawing the cart? So they are thinking what is correct. Both means almost the same. So to draw is more little reverential. So what do you think? Is it pulling the cart or drawing the cart? Then they gave their opinion. Guru Maharaj said, nobody can pull the cart or draw the cart by one's own desire. Jagannath moves by his own desire. He is attracted by the devotee's devotion and then he moves. Just like Jagannath Dev, when he is on the cart, in front of the cart, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing. Attracted by the dance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath is moving. That's called attraction. It is through devotion the Lord is moving. That's why in Sanskrit the word is used as Jagannath Ratha Akarshan. It is the Ratha Akarshan, it's the attraction of Jagannath Ratha, cart. It's not pulling or drawing. It is attracting. How? Devotion. Lord is attracted by devotion. Bhaktya Tushyati Kevalam. So the Lord is attracted through pure devotion of a devotee. So it is by his desire he has come to all the way to Chagda, and there he desired to stay. Jagadish Pandit could understand that it is the Lord's desire, therefore he shifted his family to Chagda. And then he continued the service. So in Chagda, only two big events happen in a year. One is on the disappearance day of Jagadish Pandit, that comes in the month of January. And the other is SnanYatra. There is no Rath Yatra performed here in Chagda, only SnanYatra. Only Jagannath is there is no Baldev Subhadra. So the only SnanYatra, this bathing ceremony. Lord is brought from inside the temple onto the Snana Vedi on the altar where Jagannath is placed, and then from Ganga water is brought. You were able to reach by that time? Did you go to Ganga to bring water?
Yes.
Yes, you went?
No, I didn't. It was 10 o'clock.
Yes.
When they came back.
So they bring water from Ganga, and then the Ganga water is used to bathe Lord Jagannath Dev. So it is this festival, important festival. So Jagannath Dev, very mercifully he had appeared into this material world to give various service opportunities to Indradumna and to all those who are subservient to him, because in Jagannath Puri Dham, king is the principal servitor. He is the principal servitor and everyone else is under him. Whoever is performing service is performing under him. So it is completely moved by the service attitude of Indradumna Maharaj, King Indradumna. The Lord had appeared in this material world. So also in the Dwapar Yuga, Krishna has shown this form of Jagannath to Narada, and Narada has prayed to Krishna in the form of Jagannath that you have such a beautiful form. You please give this darshan to all the living entities of this material world and shower mercy upon them. Jagannath is very, very merciful. He is inside the temple But there are few persons who cannot enter into the temple, particularly the Western bodies, they cannot enter into the temple, and also some other religious people, they are not allowed to go inside. So Lord Jagannath, in the form of Patita Pavan, he is staying near the gate. So anybody can take darshan of Patita Pavan from outside the gate without entering into the temple itself. So he is so merciful. And also, because he knows that there are so many followers of him in the entire world, some of them are not allowed inside his temple. Therefore, once in a year, annually, he comes out sitting on the cart giving darshan to all his devotees. So today is Lord Jagannath's appearance day, and it's also his Abhishek, it's his SnanYatra. The devotees, with great pleasure, they bathe Jagannath Dev, and now Jagannath exhibits the pastimes of sickness because he has taken bath, with lots of water. Therefore, he is now sick. Therefore, for the next 15 days, there is no darshan of Jagannath Dev. His main temple is closed, means the temple in which he gives darshan is not there. He is shifted to another place where his services are done by a physician, by a doctor. He comes, huh? No. Jagannath temple only. He is, the physicians are again a certain class of priests only. So they are giving various, herbs and other, medicinal bushes, etc. for the recovery of Jagannath Dev. And after 15 days, the 16th day, he gives his darshan. He gives his darshan to all the devotees, which is called as Netrotsav, the festival to the eyes. Following that day is Rath Yatra. The next day after this Netrotsav is Rath Yatra festival, where he comes out on the cart and he comes on the streets to give his darshan to everyone. So these 15 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go to Alalnath, because in Jagannath temple there is no darshan of Jagannath Dev. Therefore, he was not able to, tolerate the separation from the Supreme Lord. He would go to Alalnath, stay there and take darshan of Sri Krishna there, the Vaikuntha, Narayana. And then after 15 days, when Jagannath darshan will be reopened, at that time he would come back to Jagannath Puri Dham. So in this manner, there are several pastimes that Jagannath Dev performs, and he is engaging his servants in various services. By doing so, he is bringing welfare upon all those devotees and also fulfilling their heart's desire to serve Jagannath Dev. They desire, that is why Jagannath Dev has given them the opportunity. If we desire, we will also get the opportunity. But we don't desire Supreme Lord from within the heart. If we do really, then the Lord will also give us that service opportunity. Today it is also the disappearance of Mukunda Dutta. Mukunda Dutta is another principal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he belonged to Chattagram, the current day Chittagong in Bangladesh. His house is very near to Pundarik Vidyanidhi's house. Mukunda Datta, when he was a small child, at that time he moved to Navadvip, because in those days Navadvip was a place of cultural education. Very scholarly persons, educated persons, they all stayed in Navadvip. Is a place of called as a place of learning. Therefore, from very far off places, people would come. Mukund Datta was one such student who came from a very far off distance to Navadvip Dham and stay here. At that time, Nimai Pandit was his classmate. He studied in the same school as Nimai. And Nimai used to you know, give various puzzles to other fellow students. That's why often the students would avoid coming in front of Nimai Pandit. They thought that's a waste of time. It's better we chant more names of Krishna or engage in devotional service rather than to come in front of this guy. But Mahaprabhu would also not leave them. He would somehow catch hold of them, and then he would anyway ask his question, and then put his logic, and then again refute his own logic, again put back his logic. In this manner he had performed pastimes of great learning. Mukunda Datta was astonished to see such a learning. He thought that it's impossible for a small child to have got such a knowledge in all the scriptures to such a depth. They were all surprised. Mukunda Datta was very surprised. So when Mahaprabhu saw that all the fellow mates, they are all running away from him, particularly he saw Mukunda also afraid. At that time Mahaprabhu told, "Hey, you listen, how long you will go away from me? Very soon I shall become a Vaishnava. I will become such a Vaishnava that all the good quality, all the quality Vaishnavas you will see in me, and you will automatically come to me. Then nobody will run far away from me." In this manner Mahaprabhu would say, and all the devotees would listen, and then they would get surprised. They would also get astonished, and at the same time, they would get puzzled by hearing such words of Nimai. Nimai Pandit, Mukunda Datta, once he took Gadadhar Pandit to the place of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. He told that Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a very, very ardent devotee of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. I shall take you to him. But Gadadhar Pandit saw just the opposite. Means he saw Pundarik Vidyanidhi in a very, very luxurious manner. He is sleeping on a foam-like bed, whitish in color. His house is filled with perfume, odor, and then he is chewing pan. His mouth has become red. So in this manner he is, and there were so many servants fanning him, etc. By seeing such a luxurious life, he thought that this is not the life of a devotee. Devotee never enjoys like a materialistic person. Devotee is very simple. Seeing that Gadadhar Pandit Goswami has doubts about Pundarik Vidyanidhi's devotion, immediately Mukunda Datta, he had recited prayers. Because Pundarik Vidyanidhi and Mukunda Datta, they both belong to Chittagong. Therefore, he knew Pundarik Vidyanidhi right from his childhood. Externally, he may appear like an enjoyer, sense enjoyer, but internally, he is exhibiting only to cover himself. Now, at that time, when he spoke the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, immediately Pundarik Vidyanidhi had transformations in his heart, in his within his mind, and then he fell down on the ground, and he is somersaulting, and he is in various kinds of ecstatic symptoms that have become manifest on his body. Then Gadadhar Pandit Goswami thought, "Oh, I have committed a mistake, grave sin, offense at his feet, and I can free myself from this sin, offense, only if I become his servant and serve him." So he expressed his desire of accepting initiation from him to Mukunda Datta, for which Mukunda Datta became very pleased. Later he took permission from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he took Harinam Diksha from Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi is the guru of Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, and he got it through Mukunda Datta only. Mukunda Datta had a very, very special qualification, that he was a very good singer. He used to sing kirtans. Particularly in the Vaishnava assemblies that Advaita Acharya used to hold, he would go and then he would sing kirtans there. All the Vaishnavas, they would be pleased with him. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was particularly pleased with Mukundadatta, because Vaishnavas were pleased with him. And in fact, when Mahaprabhu had exhibited the Mahaprakash, Mahashwarya Leela, at that time, Mukundadatta was the one who recited the prayers of Abhisheka. At the time of Abhisheka, means bathing ceremony, there are a few mantras that are recited. And there are particular Mangala Giti, they are called. The auspicious prayers, songs, they are sung at that time, at the time of Abhisheka. So Mukundadatta, who had a very good tone, he used to sing these Mangala Kirtans, etc. He sang at the time of Mahaprabhu's Abhishek. So when Mahaprabhu was, exhibiting this Mahaprakash Leela for 21 hours, he had given his darshan in various forms to various devotees, to whatever form of Vishnu incarnation one is attached to. Lord would give such a darshan to various devotees. Srivas Pandit, he told, my dear Lord, you have not called Mukunda yet. Please call Mukunda also and give your darshan to him also. Why are you depriving him? Oh, I shall not give darshan to him. He is a duplicitous person. Why? Because when he is in the middle of the devotees, he becomes a devotee. But when he goes in the assembly of non-devotees or atheists or Mayavadis, he would simply say that he has no eyes, no legs, no hands, formless, no attributes, no qualities, like this. So he is, he is a cheat. Sometimes he is with the devotees, sometimes with the non-devotees. The word used is khar jatiya beta. No, he has no one singular path. He is both sides. Then this was conveyed to Mukundadatta. Mukunda says that what is the use of living? If Mahaprabhu is not giving his darshan to me, what is the use of living? I shall finish my body. But then he asked Srivas Pandit, why don't you please ask Mahaprabhu that when will this fool get his darshan? Is there any hope that this fool will can get his darshan ever? Then Srivas Pandit, on behalf of Mukundadatta, when he asked this question to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu replies, oh, he will come after millions of births. After millions of births, he will be able to see me, not before that. Srivas Pandit became very morose. Oh, what is he saying? Already Mukunda is telling that if Mahaprabhu does not give darshan to him, he will leave his body. And Mahaprabhu is telling after million births he will get. What will happen? He goes and informs Mukunda that Mahaprabhu is telling like this, what to do. Oh, that means after millions of lifetimes I will get darshan of Mahaprabhu. Oh, he danced in ecstasy. He danced in ecstasy saying that I will get Mahaprabhu's darshan after millennium births. Then Mahaprabhu became so merciful on him because he had got such a firm faith in Mahaprabhu's words that he immediately showered mercy upon him and then gave him darshan. Not only that, he told that Mukunda, wherever and whenever I take birth, during all those times you will be there with me as a singer. In previously he was Madhukanta. In Krishna Lila he was Madhukanta, a beautiful singer. The same Madhukanta has become Mukundadatta. So Mahaprabhu had showered mercy upon him, saying that on your tongue I will be eternally present, means in the form of kirtans. And in fact, wherever I take birth, you will also accompany me at that place in this manner. So today is the disappearance of Mukundadatta. There are a few other incidents that I am leaving because there is not much time left. Today is also the disappearance of Sridhar Pandit. Sridhar Pandit is another foremost and dearmost associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He who was Kusumasava Gopal in Krishna's pastime, he became Sridhar Pandit in Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Sridhar Pandit used to, earn money or sustain by selling the products of the banana tree, the bark of the banana, the flower of the banana, the leaves of banana tree, the fruits and the raw banana. These are the various products of banana that he would sell, and then he would make his living. And he has got a very, very special quality that he would not speak lies. He would quote the price, the minimum in the market, at the same time with no profit. And whatever he used to get, 50% of it he used to offer it in the service of Ganga, and 50% of it he would, use for his family. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so much attracted by the pure love and the virtues of Sridhar Pandit that every day he would go to Sridhar Pandit and pick up fight. He would ask Sridhar Pandit that, Pandit, I want to take this, bark or the fruit from you. Then he would say, so much, you need to give me 1 rupee. But whatever price he would quote, Mahaprabhu would only give 50% of it. He would say, Pandit, he would address, Nimai Pandit as, Pandit, what are you doing? I am selling for minimum price and with no profit, and you are coming and bargaining with me and giving me only half of it. No, I want to take this at this price only. How much ever Sridhar Pandit wanted to stop him, Mahaprabhu would only take from him. It's not like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Every day Mahaprabhu would come to him, pick up fight with him. For about 1.5 hours, he would fight with him. Sridhar Pandit would ultimately fail, and then he would say, okay, Brahman, take it and go away. In this manner. And Sridhar Pandit, his virtues are such that he would not even get disturbed or angry with Mahaprabhu's attitude. Mahaprabhu is, every day picking fight with him, but he would not get disturbed by Mahaprabhu's this act. And Mahaprabhu, one time when he was exhibiting this Mahaprakash Leela, at that time he called Sridhar Pandit, told Srivas Pandit, call Sridhar. Sridhar Pandit came. Sridhar Pandit took darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He offered obeisances to him, and then he was very much pleased to, that Mahaprabhu had called him to remember as ordinary person like Sridhar at such a time when great devotees are there, because the Lord is pleased by the devotion, not by money or by material qualities or beauty, none of these things. One may think that, if one has more money or one has so many followers, I have millions of followers, therefore I became very dear to Supreme Lord. It's not so. Gaur Kishore Das Ji Maharaj had only one disciple. Was he not dear to Krishna? There are so many gurus who have got millions of disciples. But what is the use? All of them will go to hell. I don't want to name those people, but there are millions and millions of people following those so-called gurus. You just go in the YouTube channel, there are millions of views to such people. What will happen? They will go to hell, and those who are following them, they will definitely go to hell. No doubt about it. But a person who is having no wealth, who is having no followers, who is not well, means who is sick, usually they are not devotees. It's not like that. Because one time Mahaprabhu personally says to Sridhar Pandit, Sridhar, what kind of service are you doing? What kind of service are you doing? So many persons who are worshipping Chandi, Durga, they are very rich. And there is no scarcity of wealth there. And you are worshipping Lakshmipati Narayan. And you are poor. Why don't you worship Chandi? Then Sridhar Pandit replies that money, wealth is not the real happiness. Sridhar Pandit says, whatever situation the Lord keeps one in, that is supremely acceptable. And in fact, during the Mahaprakash Leela, when Mahaprabhu calls him, and Mahaprabhu says, Sridhar, I am very happy with you. Now ask what you want. I am here to give you any benediction. Then Sridhar Pandit, he says that जे ब्राह्मण काढ़ी नीलो मोर खोलापात से ब्राह्मण होवुक मोर जन्म जन्मनाथ. That Brahmana who had repeatedly, who would daily snatch the products of the banana tree from me, may that Brahmana be my master birth after birth. जे ब्राह्मण मोर संगे करिला कांदो कोंदाल मोर प्रभु हउक तार charan jugal. And that Brahmana who used to pick fight with me every day, may his lotus feet become my master birth after birth. He would have asked for wealth. Mahaprabhu was so magnanimous, was so gracious at that time. Whatever you want, I can give you. Even 3 worlds I can give you. I can give you the yogic perfections. And forget about all that. I can even give you liberation. Now Sridhar, what you want, ask me. Rather than asking for any of these things, he says simply, you become my master birth after birth. Because the devotees, they are not suffering out of poverty. They are not suffering out of not having, mundane name or fame. They are not suffering because they are sick or ill. The devotees, they are always, if they are suffering if they don't get darshan of their dearmost object. They are totally unpleasant if they don't get service of their dearmost object. So here Sridhar Pandit had asked for Supreme Lord to become his master birth after birth. This is the greatest instruction that Sridhar Pandit Goswami had given to all of us. Because our Guru Maharaj writes at one point that all of us, whether we are earning money, whether we want to be free from disease, or whether we want to be healthy, we want to be famous, whatever, we want to do all those things to become happy. That is the reason. The principal reason behind all these things is to become happy. But that happiness lies at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So a devotee is more smart because he is directly approaching happiness. He is directly approaching Ananda. He is not trying to seek for temporary ways to attain Ananda. They are not giving any permanent Ananda. They are not going to give any permanent Ananda. Therefore, Sridhar Pandit's greatest instruction to all of us is that in poverty or in prosperity, whatever state one is in, one has to serve the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Mahaprabhu was so much pleased by Sridhar Pandit that one time after Chand Kaji was subdued, along with his Kirtan party, he went to the house of Sridhar Pandit. And there Mahaprabhu performed dance, kirtan in a very raised voice at the house of Sridhar Pandit. Sridhar Pandit was shocked. You came to my house, poor man's house. What can I offer you? Then Mahaprabhu took water from a iron glass, metal glass, which has pores on it. It cannot hold even water. He was a very poor person. So with that glass, with that bowl, he drank water. Sridhar Pandit fainted immediately, seeing what Mahaprabhu is doing. Mahaprabhu says, Sridhar, get up, get up. By accepting the remnants of the devotees, my life will become successful. Supreme Lord is telling, by accepting the remnants of the devotees, my life will become successful. That is the glory of Sridhar Pandit. Sridhar Pandit is, time is up. Sridhar Pandit, before Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he brought one bottle guard to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house. Mahaprabhu knew very well that the next day he is leaving in the morning to take sannyas. So if he had not accepted the vegetable that night, then that would be wasted. Means the purpose of Sridhar bringing it is to give it in service of Mahaprabhu. And Sachi Mata used to prepare, the sweet item, milk and the green gourd or the bottle gourd. She used to prepare so nicely. So, and Mahaprabhu used to like it. So the day before Mahaprabhu took sannyas, Sachi Mata prepared this and then Mahaprabhu accepted. And also after Mahaprabhu took sannyas, when he came to Shantipur, at that time also Sridhar Pandit came to meet him. So today is the disappearance day of Sri Sridhar Pandit and also disappearance day of Mukund Datta. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिदयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्तवत्सल भगवान श्री सिंह देव की जय. भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्री जगन्नाथ देव स्नान यात्रा महोत्सव की जय. जय श्री मुकुंद दत्त प्रभु शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि पूजा की जय. श्री श्रीधर पंडित प्रभु शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि पूजा की जय. समागत हरिकथा श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.